Restructuring is the best thing that will happen to this country. And if that is the only thing that Bola Tinubu achieves in his first 4 years in office, his name will remain indelible in the history.
Once Tinubu lost election, no any Yoruba man will ever cling to power again.
I will not see butter. I don't call them. They are full. The Fulanis are out now. Once a week, even vice president lókèrè jù. Yoruba ò ní débẹ̀ láíláí, talk less of presidents.
Make Nigeria one. We don't. Nigeria is not one, and it can never be one.
Even though èmi ò believe in one Nigeria, because I'm gonna play one video fún yín nínú show yìí tí bàbá wa kan ti bọ́ta pé Nigeria is a fraud.
President Tinubu is better. In fact, if he runs only one time and he brings this temperature down, his name will go down in history. But if he does not do anything in the next 6 months about restructuring, and he goes to use all the money to run election in 2027 and he wins, and then what?
Me personally, I do not vote for Tinubu because I already know the nature of Yoruba. They are hypocrites.
To stop Yorubanizing the positions of Nigeria. Every position now is being put in place for Yorubas. And if you remove and now someone Igbo man, the next person Yoruba, he should stop Yorubanizing Nigeria.
Tell him, if you know him, is to restructure this country.
If a Yoruba man shake your hand, he mean maybe or no. While in your heart, he mean yes. While in his heart, he mean no.
Yoruba Parapọ̀ TV, ẹ máa gbọ́ ẹ máa wò ó, ẹ subscribe síbẹ̀, ẹ like ẹ̀, bó bá ṣe ń lọ àwa ò ní jákẹ́tì yín ó di sí o. Yoruba Parapọ̀ TV, àgbẹ̀lẹ̀tù ọmọdé làwọ̀. Àwọn ẹ̀yà Hausa ti jáde o, wọ́n láwọn ò ní dìbò fún Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu. Wọ́n ní ìjọba tí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ń ṣe wípé ìjọba Yorùbá ló ń ṣe, wípé gbogbo tó ń jẹ́ kàbá nílẹ̀ Hausa, ó náà ni Bọ́lá Ahmed ti fẹ̀yìn kíní ọ̀hún janlẹ̀, wípé ìjọba tí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ń ṣe wípé kò fẹ́ fi àwọn níbi kankan ni. Wọ́n wá ní ìbò tó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà yìí wípé Tinubu máa fìdí rẹmi ni. Wọ́n ní àwọn ò ní dìbò fún Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu. Wọ́n ní kódà kò ní wọlé. Wọ́n ní tí Bọ́lá Ahmed ò bá ti wá wọlé wípé láti ìgbà yìí lọ kò sí ìran Yorùbá kan mọ́ tí ó tún ṣe president lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n ní pé èyí táwọn ṣe yìí àwọn kò kíní ọ̀hún jẹ nítorí pé ń táwọn rò lọ́wọ́ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu kọ́ làwọn rí. Wọ́n ní pé bí Yorùbá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ wípé tinú ẹ̀ sì yàtọ̀. Nínú ètò kan tí wọ́n ṣe lórí ayélujára kan àti àwọn orí rédíò ìyẹn ni wọ́n ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Níbẹ̀ ni àwọn Ìgbò kan ti ń sọ wípé Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ó ń Yorùbá láìsí Yorùbá ni òyìnbó tán ló ń bẹ̀ gan nìyẹn. Wọ́n ní Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu wọn pé ó ń Yorùbá láìsí Nàìjíríà wípé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá nìkan ló ń kó sípò ó káwọn ọmọ Ìgbò síbẹ̀ bí òun bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni kò kó Haúsá síbẹ̀. Àwọn ni bí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ṣe ń ba lọ yìí wípé sáà tó wà yìí kó tó di pọ́tẹ́nu beko wípé kò sí bó ṣe fẹ́ ṣe o wípé àwọn Haúsá àwọn ò ní dìbò fún un. Àwọn Ìgbò náà sọ tiwọn wípé ìjọba Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu àwọn Yorùbá nìkan ló ṣègbè sí níbi tí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ti ń sọ wípé Bọ́lá Ahmed ọ̀hún gangan ò ṣe dáadáa. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣá o àwọn tó rí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún yé wọ́n ti fọgbọ́n àgbà wò wípé ntí Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ń ṣe wípé kò tíì síjọba kan lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà tó gbèrò orú ẹ̀ rí níbi tí ó ti ṣe structure tó yàtọ̀ nínú èyí tí wọ́n ti ká Buhari lọ́wọ́ kò tí ò rí kíní ọ̀hún ṣe wípé ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ti gorí àlééfà ó náà ni àwọn tí wọ́n ń pè láwọn Fúlàní àwọn Haúsá tí wọ́n pera wọn ní kàbá wọ́n ní wàá káwọ́ onítọ̀hún kò ní lè ṣe tí ó ṣe. Wọ́n ní ṣùgbọ́n Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ó da èrò àti ìmọ̀ wọn rú gbogbo ibi tí wọ́n bá sí náà ló sì mọ̀ ó bá wọn lákùdé ó fi wọ́n lẹ̀. Wọ́n wá ní Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu àwọn tó jẹ́ àmọ̀ràn bí ẹni tó mọ iye oyún náà gbé wọ́n ní ohun torílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà yìí gbà náà ni restructuring ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ò bá gbàgbé aṣọ lórí ètò yìí nípa pé Bọ́lá Ahmed pé gbogbo àwọn àgbà Yorùbá àwọn àgbà Àrèwá àti àwọn àgbà Ìgbò káàkiri tó fi kan ẹ̀dọ́ wípé ǹjẹ́ pínpín Nàìjíríà tẹ́ wọn lọ́rùn bí tí wọ́n ìsọpọ̀ táwọn lọ́rùn àtàwọn Haúsá tó pè nígbà náà tí Bọ́lá Ahmed sì fò tẹ̀lú kinní ọ̀hún wípé àwọn máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ṣá o àwọn tí wọ́n mọ ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n sì máa ń wo òye ọ̀rọ̀ bó ṣe rí wọ́n ní Bọ́lá Ahmed bá parí ọdún 4 ẹ̀ tí ò bá ṣe restructure náà wípé àti wọlé Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu máa lágbára gan ni àti pẹ̀lú wípé bọ́ bá tiẹ̀ wá wọlé ọdún 4 tó ń bọ̀ tí ò bá tètè pín Nàìjíríà wípé bí ẹlòmíì bá sì fi lè gbà á ó bá jọmọ Haúsá ni àbọmọ Ìgbò wípé bóyá ní kinní wọn kàn án Yorùbá mọ̀ torí pé àwọn ọmọ Haúsá kan fọwọ́ tọ́lẹ̀ fọlọ́run ṣèrí wípé ọmọ Yorùbá kankan àwọn ò ní jẹ́ dépò mọ́ wọn léyìí tí Bọ́lá Ahmed ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ìṣe ló tà wọn lọ́mọ ẹ̀kàn fọ́ wípé kinní ọ̀hún ò sì gbé sọ́dọ̀ tàwọn ni ṣùgbọ́n ṣá o Pásítọ̀ Fẹ́mi Emmanuel nínú ètò wọn kan tí wọ́n ṣe ni wọ́n ti ń sọ pé ẹni tó bá mọ Tinubu kó bá mi sọ fún un àfi kó restructure Nàìjíríà. Bàbá mi Yorùbáwuyì náà wá jáde lórí kinní ọ̀hún níbi tí wọ́n ti fi àwọn fọ́nrán ọ̀hún hàn wá tẹ́tí gbọ́ bí màmá Yorùbáwuyì ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún wípé àṣà ò bóò la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe ẹni pé ọmọ Yorùbá kankan ò ní dépò mọ́ bá a ṣe sọ wípé ọ̀kan ni wá lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà níbẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti sọ wípé àfi ká pín kinní ọ̀hún ni o pé Tinubu ò gbọdọ̀ ṣàṣìṣe àfi kó wá bí ó sì pé kinní ọ̀hún ẹ wo ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ ń bẹ àwọn tí wọ́n sì sọ̀rọ̀ ń bẹ ẹ gbọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ níbi tí àwọn èèyàn ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí restructuring àti lórí ètò ìdìbò ìyẹn Tinubu padà sórí àlééfà táwọn Haúsá sọ pé àwọn ò ṣe wọ́n tiẹ̀ ní mélòó gan ní South West ọ̀hún wípé àwọn làwọn ń dìtàmí ìbò èyí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà wọ́n fà wọ́n fọ́nrán ọ̀hún wá níbi tẹ́ ti wo àwògbádùn kinní ọ̀hún níbi tí wọ́n ti ń interview àwọn èèyàn ọ̀hún lórí tẹlifíṣàn àti lórí rédíò àti lórí ayélujára gbogbo bàbá wa jẹ́gbà àkọ́kọ́ lẹ́yìn wò wá tàbí tí ẹ̀yin gbọ́ wá ṣùgbọ́n ẹ ò tí ì tẹ subscribe button síbẹ̀ àwa ń bẹ̀ ní bá wa tẹ̀ ẹ́ sójú ẹ̀ bá wa dọ̀rẹ̀ káà náà ó sì bá yín dọ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀ wá mọ́ gbàgbé o láti ti aago tí ń bẹ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tó rà aago ọ̀hún gan ní ọ̀mọ̀ràn yín létí nígbàkúgbà tá a bá ti wà lórí ètò ìṣọ̀kan ọmọ Yorùbá ló jẹ wá lógún bá a sì máa lómìnira ara wa náà ló jẹ wá lógún níkànnì yìí ẹ̀yẹn sáà tẹ subscribe button síbẹ̀ kẹta aago tí ń bẹ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kájọ jàjà òmìnira kájọ rómìnira ọ̀hún gbà ẹja máa bẹ́tù ọ̀hún bọ̀ kágbọ́n tí màmá wa Yorùbá wuyi sọ àti ohun tí àwọn èèyàn sọ lórí ẹ̀ ẹja máa bẹ́tù ọ̀hún bọ̀.
Do we have to go for Atiku that is going front and back, or are we to go for Obi tí èèyàn tẹ̀ mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe ń tiẹ̀? mo bí pé Tinubu náà the only option tá a ní. àwọn náà ti bọ́tà I don't call them no, they are the Fulanis are out now. wọ́n sọ wípé even vice president ló kéré jù na Yorùbá ò ní débẹ̀ láéláé talk less of presidents. The system of cabals, the system of kawajari monjiri, the system of backwardness is shaking in Nigeria, and that is why the resistance is loud and it's getting louder. Before you know it, before 2027, it will be the loudest. wọ́n tó bá wọ́n ní Tinubu máa lose election 2027 mi ní àṣà o wọ́n tó bá lose ẹ̀ tán wọ́n ní vice president ló kéré jù wọ́n ní Nàìjíríà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò ní débẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà talk less kọ́ máa di president. Wow, then why all this resistance, why all this loud, why all this noise, why tó ń pariwo? Yes, they are saying Tinubu this, Tinubu that.
The president should stop Yorubanizing the positions of Nigeria. Every position now is being put in place for Yorubas. And if you remove and now someone, Igbo man, the next person, Yoruba, he should stop Yorubanizing Nigeria. Nigeria does not belong to Yoruba.
Everywhere Yoruba.
It belongs to all of us.
Even though èmi ò believe nínú one Nigeria, because I'm gonna play one video fún yín nínú show yìí tí bàbá wa kan ti bọ́ta pé Nigeria is a fraud. Àwọn people want to marginalize wa for so long. Everybody làwọn minority yìí ń control, and they won't have the audacity, the F13 láti bọ́ta wípé Yorùbá ò ní di vice president. They put him as the president. Wow, that's nice. Remember, àwọn people yìí wọn fẹ́ Igbo ń bẹ o, because they say Igbo as infidels. Wọn gbà kí Christian jẹ́ olórí wọn. Then ta ló fẹ́ fi síbẹ̀? So Fulani will be the president. Why? And Fulani will be the vice president. Trust me, tí ọwọ́ wọn bá fi lè tẹ èkú ìdá ní Nàìjíríà yẹn, wọ́n máa bẹ orí anybody lọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá tá la máa dìbò fún ní 2027 nígbà tí wọ́n ti jẹ́ ká gba Yorùbá nation. Tá bá wá dìbò tán ní 2027, kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ after 2031? Àwọn kan ní kí Tinubu restructure Nigeria quick. People are saying you should restructure Nigeria. After restructuring Nigeria, because I believe Nigeria was never structured. Mo tó bá ti wà structured tẹ́tẹ̀lẹ́ ní máa restructure. Let us assume the structure unstructured. Ṣé ká pè ní country or marketplace fún àwọn bìrìtìkó? Ẹ̀yin bàbá wa ẹ̀rí pọ̀ fún ọ̀tìtọ̀ sí gbẹ̀gìrì. Kí ló tẹ̀yẹ kó ní ká dúkú ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́? Àwọn wèrè yìí àwọn ò ní fẹ́, Tinubu náà ò ní gbà. But before I play the video, ẹ̀yin tèmi ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ káàsán ẹ káalẹ́ kú dédé àsìkò yìí. According to the time tí show yìí bàbá yín, Yorùbáwùyí lórúkọ mi. Kí lẹ lérò pé àwọn Fúlàní ṣe ń bọ̀tà tí wọ́n ní wọn ò fẹ́ Tinubu ní 2027, tí wọ́n ní ká má dìbò fún Tinubu ní 2027? Kí lẹ̀yin rò lọ́kàn yín? Why are they resisting him? Why tí wọn ò fẹ́? Why tó wò pé one term president ní Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe? subsidy has gone. Even though they are claiming they are not seeing the money, Atiku said he will remove subsidy in 2023. And after Tinubu removed subsidy, Atiku supported it. But today, Atiku wants to go for president again, and he said he will return subsidy. Tinubu said he is ignorant. Wow. Say about if you are a man of yourself, why are you changing your words? Atiku knows that this is the last chance for him. And Atiku will do anything, whatever it will take, for him to become the president of Nigeria. Just to kick out Tinubu. And as just their brother just said now, because I will bring the video to you, that Yoruba will not even smell the vice president, not to talk of the president. Then what will be our fate after 2031? Kateni Tinubu Wole. Ẹ̀rọ tó mọ̀ táwọn ọ̀rọ̀ Awólọ́wọ̀ ti ṣe. Kí náà jẹ gbọ̀ lẹ́yìn ẹ̀? Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo fídíò yìí ná. Ẹ bá ti wá ń wo show yìí, ẹ má gbé láti bá mi like ẹ̀. Ẹ fò opinion yín sí comment section. Ẹ share fídíò náà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo.
Direct message to people from Southwest. They have been calling us Northerns, all sort of our failing names, that we are parasites, that we are useless, that they are going to teach us a lesson 2027. That even if Tinubu excelled to become the next president of Nigeria, that they are going to bring somebody from South, not the North. Maybe they have baby mentality. They don't know the North. They don't know our history. One state in northern Nigeria is equivalent to the whole of Southwest. My lecturer once told me something. My Calabar lecturer once told me something. He said, never ever in your life trust a Yoruba man. He said, if a Yoruba man shake your hand, he mean maybe or no. While in your heart, he mean yes. While in his heart, he mean no. He said, if a Yoruba man nod his head, he mean no. They are hypocrite in nature. He said, never ever trust a Yoruba man. Our northern brothers, they make a great mistake. Me personally, I did not vote for Tinubu because I already know the nature of Yoruba. They are hypocrites. This is a message to you because we have already identified your hypocrite nature. My father told me, he said never, my Calabar lecturer told me never ever trust a Yoruba man because they have hypocrite nature. They have what they say and what they mean are two different things. Never ever trust them. They are hypocrite people in nature. This is a direct message to you. I'm just warning you, Yoruba people, that calling us all sort of names, insulting us on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook will not make you to become a president 2027. Tinubu is OTP, one-time president. People, they behave like chameleons. And once they hijack power, their true color will prevail. And we have seen what Tinubu is doing, what Tinubu is trying to do regarding the tax reforms. The governor of Bauchi, Bala Mohammed, has warned President Bola Tinubu that his reform policy is anti-northern Nigeria. That we are going to teach him a lesson. This is not oligarchy. You understand? If he insisted that he is arrogant, that he insisted that the tax reform must come to stay, we are going to teach him a lesson 2027. He's going to lose election. His state where he come from, Osun State and Lagos State did not vote for him. 2023 election. He did not win election in Osun and Lagos State. Did not voted for him. Me personally, I did not vote for him. And this fight did not vote for him. He only got 8.4 million. This fight, four people came from the north. He did not even get a massive vote. You understand? Let me assure you people from Southwest that we are going to teach you a lesson. This is your hypocrite nature. We are going to teach you a lesson. You are going to lose election. And once a Yoruba man lost election, a Yoruba man will never ever rule this country. Even thinking of becoming a vice. Let me tell you, we are going to teach this Yoruba. This direct message to Yoruba land. Once Tinubu lost election, no any Yoruba man will ever click to power again.
Politically, Mori Tinubu has the only option. But Yorubatically, kada dúró ni. Ẹgbẹ́ kan ní kó máa Yoruba nice in Nigeria. He said they should not Yoruba nice. Tinubu should not Yoruba nice Nigeria. When Buhari full nice Nigeria, Where is that man that is talking? No.
President Bola Tinubu lacks the courage to take audacious steps. If it's on record that he's able to put this through, it will catapult him to the levels of the lives of Wole, Ahmadu Bello, and Nnamdi Azikiwe. I will tell you why I believe so. Remember, for the past 24 years, we've been struggling with the issue of removal of subsidy. He removed subsidy despite the fact that the removal of subsidy was not properly planned. It was an audacious step. Restructuring is the best thing that will happen to this country. And if that is the only thing that Bola Tinubu achieves in his first 4 years in office, his name will remain indelible in the history. Each region controlled 50% of every revenue that was generated within their domain. 30% was paid to the central port and 20% to the federal government. The exclusive list then was limited to just provision of external security and the foreign affairs. And that was why we had the granite pyramid of the north, the textile, the cotton and everything. In the old western Nigeria, we had the cocoa, massive cocoa fields and processes. In the old eastern Nigeria, we had the palm oil, we had the coal and the limestone. In fact, in 1965, it's on record, Nigeria controlled 45% of the global crude palm oil value chain supply. Today, that market is valued at over 72 billion, with Indonesia and Malaysia controlling 85% of the global market. And it's on record that these guys came to Nigeria over of Nigeria, and I will explain to you why. The golden era of Nigeria was the years between 1960 to 1966. The 1960-1963 constitutional framework of Nigeria was the only constitutional arrangement that we have freely entered into by the people of Nigeria. Before independence in 1960, our forebearers, Abafemi Awolowo, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Tafawa Balewa, Herbert Macaulay, Anthony Nahoro, they had summits, they had conferences. The indigenous people, they had meetings, and they agreed on a constitutional and physical framework that recognizes our diverse cultures and differences, and with intention to help us harness our large population and the natural endowments that God had given Nigeria. It was a productive based economy that had physical and governance verbs, provisions that recognized these differences. We had resource control. The physical arrangement was such that the regions were semi-autonomous and they were the federating unit.
The Yoruba should become endangered in the political system because once he leaves, then
Fakunda, it looks to me like a lot of people might consider your submissions a bit concerning. Fakunda, it looks to me like a lot of people might consider your submissions a bit concerning. The way that you're addressing issues that have to do with the northern part of the country. When you say that we are different, does it appear to you that it might sound like you are trying to breed division? Does it appear to you like you are in a way sounding like Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the Conservative Party in the UK, who is of Nigerian parentage and who says that have got nothing in common with the North, and that they were even enemies, of where she comes from, which is of the Yoruba stock. You of course will have noticed the backlash that attracted, and people criticize that that's not the spirit that Nigeria is trying to work on. So when you base your argument of regionalization on the fact that we can be together even though we can be good neighbors, don't you think, sir, that you might make things a bit difficult for somebody like President Bola Tinubu, who is Yoruba and who has been accused anyway of trying to Yorubanize the entire machinery of government? And therefore, if you are proposing to him that he should do more restructuring that regionalizes, wouldn't that appear as anti-North at the time that key northern elements are saying that no, come 2027, it doesn't look like we'll support you? Aren't you making things a bit difficult for a Yoruba man like yourself, sir, who's the president?
Thank you very much. It's a fact that we are divided. We pretend that it's totally, I don't understand it. The North knows what they want, and the South are reluctant to say what they want. President Tinubu is about to put all the cards on the table, trying to pepper over it and say we are united. Well, we are not united. We are not united. We are divided. That's all the truth. I've told you now that the North brought federal character. The South agreed to okay, fine, we are united. What is the result of it? The North brought quota system. Southern agree with it. It's in the constitution. What is the result? If we now bring in tax to say, okay, get more VAT in the North at the expense of the South, so what will be the result? The division will continue until we remove the feeding bottle. Let everybody just work according to his own dictates. The North sincerely believes in Sharia. We should not draw them for that purpose now. We should let them be. They want Sharia. In the South, there are Muslims. We don't want Sharia. Somebody brought us in Oyo to do Sharia in Oyo. Everybody put it down. The Muslims in the South don't want Sharia. So why are we pretending? In the Southeast, some few Muslims, but they don't want Sharia. Let's accept who we are. Let's accept reality so that we not stop talking and talking and talking. And
exactly.
Motion without movement. That's what it is. I'm not ashamed. Okay, look. If President Tinubu succeeds now, 2027, 2031, every Yoruba person in Abuja will be cleaned out of the system. Because
you understand?
We already started with Fulani. He is doing Yoruba now. Let the Igbos come. We cannot block the Igbos if they put 99% in all positions too. Is that the way we are building the country? Let Yoruba go and rule Yoruba land. Let the North agree on who will rule Northwest. Let the Kanuri rule Northeast. Let the Igbos rule the Southeast. Let the South agree. Then the temperature will come down. I will not want to be running federal election with 200 million naira form because I have to run from Sokoto to Ikotekpene. I will campaign as a premier of Western region where people know me and I know them. I know what they want. The Southwest want to bring all Yorubas who are Japan, bring them back to Nigeria. Nigeria is too hostile for the Yorubas now. Nigeria is a poisoned environment for Yoruba because we invested in the Europeans so much and we have lost all the human beings. They are developing other societies. The North will not care less. How many doctors do they have in United States? How many doctors do they have in Europe? These are facts. I put on the table now. I don't need to sugarcoat anything at all. We are divided. Let's just accept it. It's no fight. It's no war. The North will come up on their own. We will respect each other. But this matter of trying to play some games, President Tinubu is better. In fact, if he runs only one time and he brings this temperature down, his name will go down in history. But if he does not do anything in the next 6 months about restructuring, and he goes to use all the money to run election in 2027 and he wins, and then what? Yoruba should become endangered in the political system because once he leaves, then Nigeria is not safe for Yoruba again.
Sorry,
let Igbos come. They have right to come too.
Sorry.
On this matter, the first foundation to lay is that Nigeria is not a united country, despite all the pretenses. We are not South since 1914. It has not changed. The North, at the flip of a switch, they are able to shout Northern interest. The Southerners are laid back, hoping that, oh, we are civilized. We don't want to talk about tribalism. Tribalism is at play. We are pretentious about this matter. Look, the North has taken us for a ride for too long. They foisted federal character.
Next thing is
right, doctor. Let people come. Let Yoruba go and rule Yoruba land. Let the North agree on who will rule Northwest. Let the Kanuri rule Northeast. Let the Igbos rule the Southeast. Let the South agree. Then the temperature will come down. I will not want to be running to Nigeria. Nigeria is too hostile for the Yorubas now. Nigeria is a poisoned environment for Yoruba because we invested in the Europeans so much and we have lost all the human beings. They are developing other societies. It's no fight. It's no war. The North will come up on their own. We will respect each other. But this matter of trying to play some games, President Tinubu is better. In fact, if he runs only one time and he brings this temperature down, his name will go down in history. But if he does not do anything in the next 6 months about restructuring, and he goes to use all the money to run election in 2027 and he wins, and then what?
But I'm Fulani pààyàn. Where is that man? Tí ó lè confront Buhari. He said Tinubu is Yorubanizing Nigeria, putting Yoruba in the position, doing this, doing that. Fine. Despite pé Buhari wants to put our position. That's what we are saying we are not one. Despite pé our position, ó ṣe fún ọ ní authority láti máa pààyàn tí ó jẹ́ sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀. When Jonathan was there, he also idealized Nigeria because Barrister ti kọrin ó ní Nigeria láti gbóyìnbó jù agbóyìnbó jà wọn òyìnbó lọ agbóyìnbó jà Amẹ́ríkà wọn lọ ojoojúmọ́ ní dictionary wa ń lékún ní Nàìjíríà láti ń fa sábàbí o ẹ jẹ́ ká bára wa sòtítọ́ agbóyìnbó jù Amẹ́ríkà lọ Yoruba nice Fulanize Ìjọ nice tí òbí bá débẹ̀ tí òun náà ní Ìgbò nice tátìkù bá pọ̀ débẹ̀ tí àlè padà sí Fulanize. So what do we do? My own option náà nípa fún àti tọ̀ sí gbẹ̀gìrì the best thing bàbá wa jẹ́ kó ní kálukú kó ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́.
they may not like what I'm saying, but they cannot dispute the truth. This country cannot go on like this. Okay, I was talking about those who migrated. I don't blame those that want to japa. You know, initially I was saying don't japa. Do you hear me say that again? Japa if you want to japa. Because you look at the country and say, what future? If it goes on like this, what future? If it goes on like this, civil war is imminent. If it goes on like this, military intervention is imminent. Do we want to go back to that? No. Something must happen. I have always believed that something must happen. Do you see the way we pray in this church? Make Nigeria one. We don't pray. Nigeria is not one, and it can never be one. We are different nations tied together by force. We should still be one country, but let everyone govern himself the way he likes. Are you hearing me? Let the Niger Delta have their oil. Let the East have their resources. Let the Yoruba people have their resources. Let the North have their resources. Let them manage their security. Give them state police. Let everybody guard his borders. Let everybody generate his economy. Why must we generate oil in the Niger Delta and take it to the North? Why must we generate IGR here, or the VATs, and take it to the North that generate nothing? The 10 key northern states have Sharia. Sharia says no to alcohol. Sharia says no to tobacco. But alcohol and tobacco is what give us VAT here. And you take the money from there to spend where you say you don't want, but you like the money. Fraud, unfairness, injustice. Where did we sit down to make Nigeria 36 states? Where did we sit down? Nigeria was negotiated 3 regions: North, West, East. 1963, by plebiscite, Midwest came in. Where did we sit down and say we shall be 36 states plus Abuja, and the biggest one taken to the North? More local governments. Then we came with federal character. You are qualified, but from the tribe you came from, you can't be qualified. Now, you can't pass any law in that National Assembly without Northern approval. They are in larger quantity. Deliberately made so. So how do we go from there? Should do, tell him if you know him, is to restructure this country. Nigeria is a fraud. One particular tribe repressing the whole of us. Did you hear what Central Bank governor wants to do? Just a department, the operation department of Central Bank, to be moved back to Lagos, where you have 99% of the headquarters of bank. The North is agitating. Don't take Abuja back to Lagos. They don't care. If you all become beggars, it's okay for their oligarchic mentality. I talk like no other pastor talk. Because I have seen into governance, I have seen into the church, and I know where the problem is in this country.
Alpha. Ẹ ti gbọ́n tí pásítọ̀ gan sọ pé òun máa ń sọ látẹ̀lẹ̀ káàmù ọ̀jọ́ òun máa jàpá, but later ó tó máa fẹ́ jàpá kan jàpá o. Imagine àwọn tí wọn ò tó nǹkan kan, the minority ruling the majority, not even ruling, tormenting the majority, marginalizing the majority. Ibo la ti bára wa yìí. How do we now how we take reach here? Báwo la ṣe débi tá a dé yìí? Ó kí n bè lọ́wọ́ yìí pé ibo la já sí. Because ó ti sàgbẹ̀ pé ibo la já sí. This is uncalled for. Àwọn people ti halẹ̀ mọ́ everybody jù. Kí ni wọ́n gbé jẹ, kí ni wọ́n gbé mì? They want to turn everybody to Alimonjiri, putting the country backward. They are the people of backwardness. Only one part on the parasite. Ṣé wọn kì í ṣe parasite ni? And he was even saying Nigerians, Yoruba people are chameleon. Tọ́mọ ní ilẹ̀ ti ṣú o. Ó ní kẹ́ lọ wò ta wò kẹ́dẹ̀ mú brush yìí náà tẹ́ máa fi fọ́nú. Tọ́mọ ní ilẹ̀ ti mọ́ o. Ó ní kẹ́ mú blanket yìí dání o. Tó kásìkò tẹ́ máa sùn lélẹ̀. Àṣà o. àti ká many people tí wọ́n ti jí gbé tó padà fi sílẹ̀ tó ní wọ́n ní ìlú nínú Old Ọ̀yọ́ Park wọ́n ní ìlú níbẹ̀ tó máa ń kó àwọn èèyàn lọ báyìí àwọn fámìlì wọn máa kí wọn ní pé káàbọ̀ o báwo ni o sọ́jà ìyá o ẹ̀kọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ajé o ṣọwọ́ dẹ o not even in Old Ọ̀yọ́ Park nìkan ní everywhere tó bá wà àwọn fámìlì wọn support wọn tójú bá tẹ̀wá tó Tinubu tójú bá tó inú ogun ni ọdẹ tó lọ sógun àbí tó lọ pa òkété 6 àbí kí ló lóun pa àbí jagunjagun tó lọ sógun tó lóun pààyàn 6 tó wá délé tó tọmẹdìyẹ 6 pa wọ́n ń tójú bá tó togun tójú tó ti lé for how long la máa continue eléyìí for how long la máa káwọ́ mọ́ra for how long la máa bá àwọn people yìí ṣe mentality wa ò kì í ṣe nǹkan kan náà you see why the resistance is so loud now àwọn Fúlàní cabals wọ́n smell ìyá ìṣe wọn wọ́n ń gbé ìdí wọn gbóná sometimes we fear surgery but what is dangerous to our head is inside so what do we do? Yes, surgery is painful. I am not saying Tinubu is doing it right but nígbà mi ma prefer pain surgery do pain wound tó wà nínú lọ do we have to go for Atiku that is going front and back or are we to go for Obi tí èèyàn tẹ̀ mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe ń tiẹ̀ mo bí pé Tinubu náà the only option tá a ní ọ́ kí lẹ́yìn rí sí Yorùbá ṣé kò tí Tinubu ṣe fún wọn torí ọ̀rọ̀ Tinubu tí ò bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ní jẹ́ kó dé bẹ́ẹ̀ ń ṣe ẹran rírọ̀ ń ṣe tíyàn lè gbójúlé gbọ́kànlé and he even said his Calabar teacher Yorùbá àti rògò Nigeria is a fraud in Nigeria we should all know what we want kàmọ́ pé Nigeria kò lè save wa until we are ready to stand on our feet by ourselves alone ká lè bá rí ògolo tó pọ̀ ọmọ aládé ni wá wọ́n nígbà míì work alone sometimes you don't want to work alone àwọn tó dẹ̀ ń dúró dè yẹn wọ́n máa fa setback fún ẹ now let's talk about this àwa àtàwọn people ṣé ìwà wa papọ̀ ṣé ìṣe wa papọ̀ are we the same thing are we reasoning the same way àwọn tó yẹ pé tí ọmọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó wọ́n bá ń jalè ìyẹ́ ẹ̀ tàbí bàbá ẹ̀ lè fà fáwọn tó máa fọ́dọ̀ pa bọ́mọ yìí ń jalè tó fẹ́ bà mí lórúkọ jẹ́ àwọn eléyìí tó pé tó wọ́n bá ń ṣe bandits tó ń ṣe terrorism tó ń gbébọn ìyẹ́ ẹ̀ ló máa gbóúnjẹ fún nínú igbó ọ̀fọ̀n ti tọ̀ sí gbẹ̀gìrì o ṣùgbọ́n tó bá wà wò pé títún bá ìjọba láìsí ẹ̀tàn tó restructure ìlú tí ò wà structured because you can only restructure a country that was structured even though Nigeria is not a country it's just a marketplace of the British ẹ fẹ́ restructure nǹkan tí ò wà structure tẹ́tẹ̀lẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti pa àwọn Awólọ́wọ̀ ṣe o lẹ́yìn táwọn Awólọ́wọ̀ kó ń bẹ̀ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ pàtàkùn Awólọ́wọ̀ kó ń bẹ̀ tán kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ gbogbo ilé gogoro tí wọ́n kọ́ àwọn ará Festac ti ń lọ nísìn kí la fẹ́ ṣe sí Yorùbá Wòye lórúkọ ẹ wà gbé láti fò opinion yìí sí comment section.
so kí ni yẹn fún majority wọn ní problem mo fẹ́ ka listing ka watch ka wo fídíò yìí because ẹ máa rí reason tí mo ṣe ń tẹnumọ́ kí ni pé the northerners are ready to make sure Tinubu did not come in 2027. Let's watch it together.
Buhari was a man that has minimal needs. The only thing about Buhari that probably people might not know is I love exotic cars. he loved cars.
When I saw that in the book, I was surprised.
Exactly. A lot of people were surprised by that. But other than that, his needs are minimal. I mean, he eats once a day, by and large. And even there was a meeting that was held when he was in London after he became president, 2019, with the Emir of Qatar. And those present, when I interviewed, told me that the Emir, told Buhari that, look, we like you. What do we want to do for you? We can put a mansion together for you in Qatar. You can use it's yours. He said, Buhari, turn everything. Just help me with security for my people. So that's a man that clearly had Nigeria at heart. And what breaks many people's heart, like I said it before, I'll say it again. If intention is used as a yardstick, Buhari was the best president we've ever had in Nigeria. Intention. But if you judge him by outcome, it's not the top at all. So that is a challenge. But then the difference between intention and outcome are these cabals that I'm strong in, made it difficult for him to secure the outcome he needed. But more importantly, he did not do anything about it. That is a bit that even I, as the author of the book, I don't understand.
Sherry, our cabal, you heard from him now. He said he did not do anything about it at all. Because in Koto Federal Goliath, they want Northerners to be in charge of this country. And he knows that this cabal is controlling. Every time to make sure that Aisha Buhari will new war Asorok no. Every Koto Shifu woman anytime here. Every boss woman here, Buhari so kokon. O silent ni. Our cabal dey active here. The people want make sure that Aisha Buhari will war Asorok here. Just because they want to achieve their aim. Our Northerners, the top must support any certain candidate. Wọ́n fẹ́ make sure pé àwọn máa lágrímẹ̀tì pẹ̀lú ẹ̀mí pé àwọn máa control ẹ̀. And that's why I said, if any certain candidate, ní America tẹ̀ dárúkọ Ṣèyí Mákindé, tábà tiẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa any certain candidate tó yìí ní strength there, a máa sọ̀rọ̀ Peter Obi ní ó ní strength ní South East. Àwọn north máa control ẹ̀. No doubt about it. Because àwọn boasted come and what we ever take. Because a woman was scared of them. Every time Tinubu sorry people are not to fair allow the Tinubu 2027. Some people thought maybe I just don't want not to be president or Atiku to be president. No. The reason is just because this is the first time tí àwọn not only access much power in the history of this country. This is the first time. Láti orí, let me say, Yakubu Gowon to fi dórí Muhammad Buhari, Northerners has access to power. Mo wo interview Dr. Charles Omole. Ó wá analyse bí wọ́n ṣe control, báwọn cabal ṣe control Buhari government. Mo wá rí pé this is the main reason why most of them tí wọ́n fi believe pé say they must remove Tinubu, because bí Tinubu ṣe gba power rẹ̀, the first thing tó ṣe ni pé ó make sure pé àwọn agbára tí àwọn náà ti ní yẹn ó minimize ẹ̀, ó reduce power ẹ̀. All those things is giving them problem. And kò dẹ́ ṣe pé Tinubu fi ṣe kà, ó decentralize power yẹn ni, and that's how it's supposed to be. Àwọn náà tó kọ́ lè believe pé àwọn, because ẹ bá wọn gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní custom NDNA, àwọn they are all Fulani and Hausa, majority of them, let me say 80 to 85%. Gbogbo àwọn top officials tó yẹ pé àwọn security agency yẹn, they are all Hausa or Fulani. You know, I've said it several times that Northerners, they are not ready to release the political power. You know, they believe that is the only thing they have, you know, to sustain themselves. They can do and undo. But during Tinubu, àwọn cabal yẹn wọn ò ní any action rárá, wọn ò ní any access to Tinubu at all. Àwọn tó jẹ́ leaders wọn ò ní any access to Tinubu, and all this thing is paining them, is giving them problem. Because that is what they want president they can control. Ṣẹ́rí most of our cabal tó wà ní under Buhari, wọ́n rí Buhari control. Nǹkan tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ ni Buhari máa ṣe. sometimes, not every time, but sometimes nǹkan tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ mo rí interview kan tí mo fẹ́ ká wò because ṣe rí tí a bá tètè gbára wálẹ̀ Nigeria máa ní problem because most of all these northerners leaders tó bá tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé wọ́n wà competent in that one is different. They are not competent to rule this country and they are the one causing the problem of this country. Nigeria doesn't have structure. Ṣẹ́rí tí Nigeria ò bá lay good foundation a máa continue máa ní problem and that is the main reason tó fi dàbí pé Nigeria will move forward. Let's continue.
You know, I mean, it's no secret in the right circle that there's no amount of forex you needed in those days. That you don't bother going to Emefiele. Go to Funtua.
Funtua will give it to you.
You will get it. It doesn't matter the amount.
He was the CBN.
It was a de facto CBN, yes. You know, and of course, it was, you know, very close in terms of, if you want to call him, then maybe call him the deputy of the cabal. If Abba Kyari was the president of the cabal, then you can say Funtua was the deputy and the second vice president would have been Abba Kyari.
So they told Emefiele what to do.
The deal was signed, yes. So Emefiele played there. That's why Emefiele felt insulated. In fact, in 2023, it was a cabal that assured Emefiele to declare for presidency. They said, forget about Buhari removing you as a CBN governor as a result. Why would Emefiele have that confidence to be running as president? You know, and a lot of things that happened, like for example, prior to the 2023 APC primary, the cabal decided that the person they wanted to win to represent APC was Ahmed Lawan. He then sent a president. So, but Buhari repeatedly said, let the people decide. You see, the problem is people thought Buhari did not support Tinubu. That's not 100% true. What Buhari was not prepared to do was to bend the rules to suit his party. I don't know whether I'm making sense. He wasn't ready to give Tinubu any material advantage because we are from the same party, or give anybody else. So he wanted level playing field.
Well, you wrote in the book that he knew Tinubu was going to win.
Yes, of course, when he saw the field. But the point I'm making, even before Tinubu emerges, what I'm talking about here, you know, so the cabal decided that we are going to get Lawan. So a day before the party primaries, APC primaries in the Eagle Square, the cabal told the IGP then, Alkali, that at tomorrow's party primary, use the security to make sure Lawan wins.
Use the security in what way?
I don't want to go into details because that's like giving it's like giving people, if you give people how to rob a bank, you know, it's like giving people manual in how to do it. But that same information was related to the head of
Northerners are very powerful because what ti wà ní government ti pẹ́, wọ́n ti rán ọ̀nà ti pẹ́ láti ìgbà wo nìyẹn. Wọ́n ti wọnú ibẹ̀ yẹn. Let's continue.
Tell me about Funtua, a member of the cabal.
Funtua was considered the, de facto CBN governor when he was alive. Because something strange happened. Based on my interviews, Buhari had decided he was going to replace Emefiele. Remember, Emefiele was appointed by PDP president. So when his term was coming to an end, if I initially wanted to remove him, but okay, he has 2 more years left or whatever, let him finish it. In fact, the president that was supposed to be the CBN governor has been informed. Overnight, abracadabra, Emefiele was given an extension. The first in the history of Nigeria. No CBN governor served 2 terms. And then when I now dug deeper into that, I found that the cabal had a deal with Emefiele. And the one that was put in charge by the cabal to manage Emefiele was Funtua.
Firstly, this Funtua guy now, can anybody have a deal in Aso Rock? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I could remember the time Fashola tó interview Fashola rí nǹkan kan tó sọ fún Fashola pé ṣé ó ní kò sí minister kankan tó máa gbé nǹkan wá síwájú Tinubu tí Tinubu ò ní wò thoroughly. Because I béèrè àwọn questions kan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tó yẹ pé wọ́n fún ara ẹ̀ gan wà láti check pé kí ni mo fẹ́ fi response ẹni. Because ó mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. Kò ṣe òtún fẹ́ rush sign. So àwọn kàbá yẹn wọ́n rí ní camp Buhari sí middle ni. Kò sí nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe without them. So they need somebody like that in Aso Rock now so that they can tell him what to do. Insecurity, terry tó ń tí problem wà everywhere yìí, they cause it. because some of them, majority of this cabal, wọ́n believe pé wọ́n fẹ́ Islamize country yìí. Wọ́n dẹ̀ plot àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n sí àwọn area tí wọ́n mọ̀ pé wọ́n lè lò láti fi mi. Gbogbo àwọn equipment ẹ̀rí tí wọ́n rí ẹ̀bí lọ́ti rí license ẹ̀. It's the only government that can get that ammunition. But who are the people giving to them? Who is giving them the license? Àwọn kan tó mọ̀ nípa bó ṣe lè ṣe document ló ń bá wọn get ẹ̀ tó fi rí kó wọlé náà. Reason tí mo sọ wípé state police majority àwọn northerners leaders wọn support ẹ̀. Ẹ wò wípé now DSS Nigerian Police Inspector General of Police ni wọ́n fẹ́ lò láti stop Tinubu in 2023 nígbà tí wọ́n ṣe primary election. And that's why ṣe rí NDLA Nigerian Defence Academy ẹni bí àti Tinubu débẹ̀ ó mú ṣe kó decentralize ẹ̀ àwọn cadet ó move wọn àwọn tó bí training center training school wọn ó move àwọn kan lọ sọ́ṣun ó move àwọn kan lọ sí Benin before Kaduna nìkan ni. So all this thing is giving them problem. Reason nìyẹn tí wọ́n fẹ́ fi make sure pé Tinubu ò padà. And to me it's not because of pé Tinubu yes it's exceptional. Taba wo àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta because in the history of this country me tí the president tó wà bold bí Tinubu láti take action. This is the first time tó care nípa àwọn leaders kankan tó care nípa àwọn kaba kankan. If you could remember rí pé there was a time kan wà táwọn èèyàn sọ wípé script tí Tinubu tó kà ní time inauguration day ẹ̀yẹn kò ń ṣe script wọn nípa ọ̀rọ̀ subsidy gun òun fúnra ẹ̀ ló fi sí. Òun ṣe èrò tó máa sọ wípé I will not take action because ó mọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. So because of pé àwọn northerners leaders yẹn wọ́n lè dictate fún ó difficult fún wọn. That's the reason why tí wọ́n fẹ́ fi make sure pé say is not going to come back.
Yorùbá Parakọ̀ TV ẹ máa gbọ́ ẹ máa wò ó ẹ subscribe síbẹ̀ ẹ like ẹ bó bá ṣe ń lọ àwa ò ní jẹ́ kétí yín ó di sí o Yorùbá Parakọ̀ TV àgbàlẹ́tù ọmọdé làwọ̀.